الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العظيم.
Sadaqallahul Azim. Jazakallah. Those were the verses from Holy Quran bringing light to our hearts and minds. Assalamu alaikum.
And a very warm welcome
to PTV World's
Ramzan transmission.
Ramzan, Pakistan. And you are now observing the 6th of Ramadan in Pakistan and around the world. We are experiencing all of what is supposed to be experienced at this time, and that is the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showering down upon us. Now Ramzan, a beautiful month that gives us a really nice way to start our lives over again. But before we go to all of these discussions with our esteemed guests in the studios and our kitchen corner towards my right, I would first like to introduce myself. I am Muzammil Ali Khan, and joining me,
I am Natalia Baqir.
And we are proud that we are being joined by two of our esteemed guests here in the studios with us today. Both of them hold major seats and major positions in the society. We need to develop Pakistan as a community together, and this is an effort that we all have to put in individually to make Pakistan a stronger nation and to make Pakistan a place where strong minds are brought up. And that would be at the center of our discussion today with a lot of interesting topics. But first, I would like to go towards my co-anchor here. Natalia, how is your rosa going?
Well, it's going really well, but now I feel a bit thirsty. How is yours, rosa, going?
Well, I was working all day and, you know, thirst, hunger, not a part of my routine.
Well, talking about Rosa, Ramzan is a month of immense blessings. It's a month of gratitude, care, love, compassion, and community building. And of course, when we talk about Ramzan, we talk about the immense blessings and countless blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showered on us.
Definitely.
So, what do you think, Muzammil, that which blessing do you praise the most of the Ramzan?
About praising the most, I would like to tell our viewers something, a personal experience that I experience every Ramzan ever since I was a kid. Life gets a little dark every now and then.
Yes.
We are living our daily routines, all the work that we do all throughout our day, things that take away our spiritual power from us, our mental power from us. There is this daily rigor in this life, in this world. Because it's a testing ground, we are here to conduct ourselves in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to conduct ourselves in. And you know, the pressure of life, when it accumulates and it becomes a burden which is heavy, that is exactly the time when Ramzan comes in.
Of course it
does. The blessings and the reset button that Ramzan hits, I think the power it brings to your heart and mind is something that I love about the month of Ramadan.
And Ramzan basically shapes you as a person. It shapes you on so many levels.
Very true.
It teaches you so many lessons, even though that it is just a span of only 30 days or 29 days. But it has such big lessons that it shapes you as a person. It gives you a whole new personality.
From
and
the way that you talk to the way that you eat to the way that you go about your day, everything changes. And to talk about these blessings and to talk about how these blessings we can carry forward even after Ramadan is gone, how we can become better people, better Muslims and better Pakistanis.
That's the key lesson basically.
That's the key lesson. So in this light, how about you introduce our first guest?
Well, with us in studios today is a very respectable and a very wonderful personality, Dr. Kaiser, who happens to be a doctor and a religious scholar and a certified medical physician. Assalamu alaikum, Kanwal. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. Jazakallah khair.
Ramzan Mubarak to you.
Same to you.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am, and Ramzan Mubarak as well. And joining Miss Kanwal, we have someone who can go deep on important topics that are in connection, in direct connection with our existence.
Wonderful.
Since Ramzan is all about eating and giving food to the needy and the poor and knowing how to control yourself and conduct yourselves as better people, better humans, we need to take care of our earth as well. This globe that we are living on is a place that is our home, and it will be home to our further generations who will come down in the line. It will be our future generations' home as well. And taking care of it, we should take care of all the resources that are present here. But are we enlightened about those resources? Do we know what lies underneath the ground? Do we know what is out there in the space? Now, we will be talking about this, and we will come to our guest now. Esteemed Professor Adil Naseer Sahab, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Professor Adil Naseer happens to be the CEO of All Pakistan Geoscientists Association. So first of all, rest of the talk later, how's your roza going, sir?
Yeah, it's fine, alhamdulillah, perfect.
What did you have for your suhoor?
Sorry?
What did you have for your suhoor, the sehri time? What did you have for your sehri?
Sehri time, I usually take boiled egg and a coffee, simple.
Well, that is pretty healthy. And Ma'am Kanwal, coming to you, there is a lot that we can learn, and sitting over here in your presence, I feel as if there is a mother figure sitting over here, because when I look at you, I'm getting reminded of my mother instantly. And she's always telling me a thing or two about how I can conduct myself in a better way, and how I can take care of my body in Ramadan, making sure that all of the gunk that is stored by overeating pizzas and burgers and all of the unhealthy diet is cleared up. Because when I go, I eat. And gluttony is a sin. I must say astaghfirullah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not be a person who indulges in gluttony. And I will seek some guidance from you on this regard. Like Professor Saab mentioned, that he takes a boiled egg and he takes some coffee. I think to start your day with a good amount of fats, proteins and some caffeine is a nice manner. So what did you have for your sehri time?
I usually have a regular roti.
Right.
With sometimes yogurt or sometimes salan or anything like that. But basically it has to be a full meal. Unless you have a full meal for your suhoor and then ultimately for your iftar, that's when you start having the problems, and that's what the parents and people are usually worried about.
Well, ma'am, I would like to ask you that Ramzan, we have already talked about that Ramzan is a month of so many countless blessings, and it shapes you as a person. What do you think is the first step of shaping yourself and self-regulation, towards self-regulation, self-correction?
Okay. This is a very important question, and it is like very directly related to the month of Ramadan. If you look at the verse which is in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 183, which talks about why this Ramadan is there in our life as a compulsory component for all the believers. Now the ending of the verse says لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that we acquire taqwa. So basically we have to understand that the purpose of Ramadan is not about pakora, not about the festivity all the time and enjoying food. I mean, that's part of it. That's like a bonus.
That is a part of it, definitely.
But the main focus has to be that we develop taqwa. And what is that taqwa? That is a big question that a lot of people miss out on. And this is becoming Allah conscious. This is like developing a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Of course.
Very amazingly, if you look at that Maslow's triad, which talks about human needs, and they start with like the basic needs, like you need food, you need shelter, you
clothes,
need
and
like clothing.
Basic necessities.
Then once those needs are met, then you move on to the next level of needs, and they are going to be your security needs. Then comes to the love needs. So when all those needs are fulfilled, you actually reach the spot where you have self-actualization or self-awareness. But very amazingly, the month of Ramadan, it sort of topples the whole concept.
The whole narrative
of that,
is changed, the whole concept is changed.
Tells us you don't have to go towards your basic needs. You just put all the basic needs aside for this month, and you focus on self-actualization through your spiritual connection with God.
Right.
And this is exactly what we feel when
So
we are
basically
eating too much.
cutting down all of what you want, you can find
Exactly.
happiness in that path quicker than you can if you chase the things that you want to attain.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What a beautiful lesson. And I should basically not want to attain burgers and sandwiches and pizzas, you know. And with this, we are going to come back with this beautiful discussion regarding taqwa and regarding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to become. And this spiritual discussion will continue on, but we will go to a quick azan break. And inshallah ta'ala, when we come back, we will continue with the discussion. Ramzan, Pakistan. And welcome back. While you were on the break, we were having some interesting conversation here in the studios, and we're going to start right off with it and then come back to Dr. Sahiba with the questions that are very, very necessary. How interested are you in Eid?
Well, it's one of the most beautiful elements of the whole thing.
Do not. And I am. This is my prayer to all of you all who are watching. बच्चों का दिल मत तोड़िएगा. ईद हर ईद पे ईदी दीजिएगा.
क्योंकि वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. उसी के लिए तो सारा रमज़ान है अभी.
उसी के लिए तो सारा रमज़ान बच्चे सब्र करें. And now we are going to go back to Dr. Sahiba with the very important question that when the children, the kids, they see us fast and they want to fast. They want to practice themselves. Those beautiful angels of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They want to practice Ramadan themselves. But sometimes our mothers and our parents and our elders, they think, "Bachcha chota hai, roza lamba hai." And what should be done in that regard? And especially for the kids jo ki abhi nabalig hain. So about that, we are going to ask our question to Dr. Sahiba. Yes, Dr. Sahiba, what should be done in this regard?
Actually, we need to remember a very important saying of the Prophet ﷺ, where he said that start praying for the children when they're 7 years old and be a little strict when they're 10 years old. So that means that there is a training period for kids for whatever activity they are supposed to be engaged in, which is related to our deen.
Right.
So when we come to the fasting, if the kids are interested, because they see such a spirit in the family time has increased, and people are sitting together for iftar, they are chit-chatting, they are laughing, they are enjoying the food. So, and then there is so much festivity, then they're praying, and they see everyone holding Quran in their hand. So they want to be part of this activity. And I feel that the mothers or grandparents, they should not stop the kids if they want to fast. I remember when we were young, so we used to have this term, the chidi roza.
Yes.
Like,
we still have that.
You are fasting for a very short period of time. And the elders, sometimes the cousins or even the siblings, they would make fun of you. They would laugh at you and you'll go back complaining to your grandparents or parents why they are making fun of me because I'm fasting.
Right.
So we need to involve them in that spirit, one thing. Second important thing, that again we refer back to one of the saying of the Prophet, where he said that fasting is not just about staying hungry and thirsty throughout the day. It's about grooming your own personality.
Right.
So we also need to tell children that if you should not be fighting, you should not be using bad words.
Exactly.
If you're cleaning your room, if you are doing some important chores at home that your parents expect you to do, that is also part of being fasting. So the
shaping
holistic
the character
approach,
of the young ones, shaping the character of the
and
young
telling
ones.
them the holistic approach towards fasting. It's not just about staying hungry and thirsty. That is part of it.
That's the physical aspect of fasting.
Yes.
And then there is mental, spiritual, emotional aspect
so
of
we
fasting.
need to start engaging children in all those aspects, because it wouldn't happen this way that one fine day the kids are grown up and they wake
All
up,
of a sudden
especially
they
when they're
start to fast.
teenager,
Yes.
and you
They
expect
have to
them to
get
fast.
introduced to it first.
Exactly.
Sir, my next question, by the way, like Dr. Sahaba was explaining, that we need to train our kids earlier on. So I could only imagine kids socializing and playing and all of the parks and the nature that we have around us here, and especially living in Islamabad, you get to see mountains on a daily basis. Now, since geology is your subject, and most of us, we are not very literate about this subject, shed some light upon what Pakistan holds in its heart, talking mineral-wise, the things that we have in our mountains, maybe the mining, like we were having a conversation earlier on before the show started, that people don't take interest in geology until it comes to the mining sector. So shed some light upon what importance does Pakistan hold in that regard?
You know that the geographic location of Pakistan is very important.
Yes,
and we
definitely.
can say that the Pakistan is the land of opportunities. We have all natural resources. If we compare Pakistan with the other countries, we have almost maximum resources inside the Pakistan. In terms of natural resources, we have a good reservoirs, oil and gas reserves, mineral resources, coal resources, as well as we have a very good reserves of gold inside the Gilgit region.
So Gilgit region is abundant in gold?
Yeah.
This is new information for me.
This
This is,
yes.
we had Gentry Beach, an American businessman, come over to Pakistan a few months ago. I think a month and a half or 2 months ago.
Yeah, almost.
And what happened was that he mentioned that about $54 trillion worth of minerals we are sitting upon. We're just not developing them.
Yeah.
So what are the initiatives that are being taken to develop that?
Yeah, we have a lot of natural resources, mineral resources inside the Pakistan, but the fact of the matter is that if a foreign company come to Pakistan, when they see the government policies and the sustainability and the security reasons and the political instability, so they don't want to work inside the Pakistan due to that specific issues. So we need to resolve that issues in terms of our policy sustainability and continuous policy making.
Right, and on this note, Ramzan, when Ramzan comes, an issue is faced by every household, and that is of preparing the iftar. And now when we talk about iftar, we have set up our kitchen corner here where Sir Yasin and Miss Isha are preparing a whole bunch of things for us. Let's take a short look at what they have here set up for us.
What is for iftar today?
What is for iftar today? Assalamu alaikum, Sir Yasin. Nice to meet you. How are you? Assalamu alaikum, Isha. And a beautiful array of things I am seeing.
Yes,
fresh
such a
vegetable
colourful
sauces.
table I see.
Go through a bit. What have you planned for us today?
Thank you so much for joining us and introducing our little kitchen corner.
Thank you so much for the delicious table that you've set.
So I feel like today, after a long time of introducing a lot of healthy recipes for adults, we have something for the kiddos and the adults both today, which are...
Might I add, when somebody tells you that you will die because of eating food, tell them we are here for a good time, not a long time. So this is the good time recipe that's over here at the table.
Exactly, I love that saying. So we have vegetable rolls today, and then we have some chicken samosas.
Oh my
God.
God.
I feel like these both recipes do incorporate some healthy things, and then we can elaborate on how we can cook these in a healthy way towards the end. But firstly, let me describe the vegetables. So
All right. So talking about the food that you have here, be honest, do not lie, and do not try to make this saving face. Do you like healthy food? Or do you like the junk food more than you like the healthy food?
I think the simplest answer to that is that I like delicious food.
Delicious food. That should be the merit.
Very
That
nice.
should be the merit for
Very
choosing.
smart.
And Natalia, how about you? What do you like?
I love the traditional Pakistani food. After all, it's Ramzan, it's Iftar, and of course we have to keep our dastarkhans organic and clean, and we should eat some green foods as well. But of course, the fried foods, you cannot ignore that.
Now, talking about foods and organic foods and green foods, I would want to come back to Sir first you. Agriculture is something which goes hand in hand, almost a similar field to geology. If you don't know your earth, if you don't know where you are, if you don't know the topography of your earth, you will miss the rain pattern, you will not be good with the crops and everything. Let us in on a little bit about climate change and how it's affecting all of agriculture and the topography of places, earthquakes and those things related to it.
Let me tell you the background. We are working since 2012 to address the scientific issues of Pakistan. Probably there's possible solutions and mitigation strategies. So the technical team of All Pakistan Geoscientists Association has worked a lot, and we have made a lot of policies. And recently we have signed a LOI with Prime Minister Office through Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. According to that LOI, we have a mandate to work on the sustainable policies in scientific issues of Pakistan. You know, we have a current earthquake issues in Pakistan, especially floods, landslides, and specifically hydro issues, hydrogeology. We have in the next 5 years, we don't have a specific reserves of the water beneath the earth's surface. So our aquifer is going to decline, and it's directly relevant to the climate change, because we know that the weather pattern is going to change day by day, and we don't have a good rain in specific this season.
When we were on a break, Dr. Sahiba mentioned about mountains. Like the Quran Pak says that mekhon ki tarah laga diya gaya. So you mentioned a term that is specifically related to this.
It's called the isostacy, adjustment of load.
Okay.
Right. So talking about the isostacy, when we see construction going on and heavy digging, heavy blasting, flattening of all the mountains, the hills, the structures, does that disturb the ecosystem in a way that it's alarming?
Yeah, definitely. So it's all dependent upon the policies of the government of Pakistan and relevant ministries. When they will make such sort of policies that will suit to the ecosystem, then automatically our system will grow, and it's all directly affect our Pakistani economy as well.
Sir, which elements do you think should be incorporated in these policies for the betterment of the ecosystem? And also that you have mentioned about the reservoirs and the resources. Pakistan is rich in mineral resources and the natural ones. How can we save them for the better future? How can we use them in a way that they're not wasted, yet they're used for a better future?
Yeah, it's all depend upon, I have already told you, the policies. Now we are working with the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. Through HEC, we can communicate to the relevant institutions in the universities, and through universities we can conduct the scientific research. So this is very important factor, because if I quote the example of the other cities, other countries, they performed policies, they performed technical scientific issues according to the market demand as well as the circumstances of their specific country. But in Pakistan, we don't have a specific policies, and we don't know how to work with the, actually this is a gap between the institutions. HEC don't know what sort of industry is working in the Pakistan. Industry don't know how to communicate with HEC, how to communicate with relevant industry. So it's a basically gap between
lack of communication.
So this all effect on the sustainability of that specific project.
And to come up with better planning, we need to integrate these things together.
We don't have any specific issues. We have a funding across the country, across the world. UNDP specifically, WHO, they are going to fund Pakistan enough amount. But the fact of the matter is we don't know how to use that specific fund. And now they are reluctant to giving fund to the government of Pakistan. They are choosing some private, multinational or national companies. Through them they work to do for the
Well, since we're talking about minerals and gold reservoirs and gold and whatever that is underneath the earth, this brings an important question to my mind, especially when we talk about, Dr. Sahiba, zakat, when we talk about. So a lot of gold sits in our houses and homes. Our women wear gold and they wear jewelry and everything. It is a form of wealth. As a matter of fact, the realest form of wealth, the rare earth minerals, when you have your hands on them. So is there zakat that we should give on the jewelry that sits in our houses?
Yes, it does. Because sometimes people say that if you're wearing a certain set or jewelry, then it is exempted from zakat, but it's not the matter.
Okay.
That if you have a jewelry with you, it could be in the form of jewelry, it could be in the form of gold. Sometimes people buy those like bricks and everything. So whatever it is, that you have to calculate the amount, and if it exceeds that amount, then you have to give the zakat. And it's only 2.5%. I mean, sometimes when we look at the amount, it seems like a huge amount.
Huge amount,
but basically what we need to understand with this concept of zakat is, number one, it's about circulation of money. That Islam tells us that it shouldn't be like the rich becoming more rich and the poor becoming more poor.
Yes.
So the money should always be in circulation.
Right.
And if you look at the Islamic system, whenever the economy is concerned, you will always notice that it is always talking about the circulation of
Yes.
money. Okay. Second important thing that we find out through zakat is the word zakat means you're opening that something that it's in the bag, you're opening up the bag or opening for more option. So
Right.
zakat doesn't mean that we give zakat, then we wait for the next year. That okay, I've given my zakat and next year
It's
I will
sufficient for
connect
this
them. It's
year and I
sufficient,
will give
exactly.
more next
So
year.
when you're giving the zakat, that's like you're opening up that dam. Now
Right.
it should be followed by a lot of sadaqat,
Right.
lot
Okay.
of charity,
Right.
Okay.
taking care of needs
This
of
is
people
the basic
otherwise.
essential
Yes.
spirit of our deen, Islam, and
Yes.
the spirit of Ramadan, where we learn to share our blessings with others. Now, in this part, what I would like to do is I would like to make a small dua for our brothers and sisters in Palestine and Kashmir and the world over where they are facing difficult times. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them and may they prosper. May all of their needs and demands be met, and we stand resolutely with our brothers in Palestine and Kashmir. Now with this, we are going to go towards a short break and we'll be back with an interesting guest very near and dear to our hearts and also to the nation of Pakistan. But when you come back, we will also take you to the kitchen corner once more to give you a little insight on what is happening right now. Also, what awaits you after this break is the recipe card for the tastiest recipe of the day. And when you come back from the break, be prepared for the question of the day as
Yes.
well. You know, until then, till you come back, it is Ramadan, Pakistan.
जानते हैं हुदूद ताईरे सिदरा हुजूर जानते हैं बरोज़े हश्र शफ़ाअत करेंगे चुने चुन कर बरोज़े हश्र शफ़ाअत करेंगे चुनी चुन कर हर एक गुलाम का चेहरा हुजूर जानते हैं हर एक गुलाम का चेहरा हुजूर जानते हैं मैं इस यकीन से निकला हूँ जानबे तैबा मैं इस यकीन से निकला हूँ जानबे तैबा मेरे सफर का इरादा हुजूर जानते हैं हर एक गुलाम का चेहरा हुजूर जानते हैं हुदूद ताहिरे सिदरा हुजूर जानते हैं सिखाई बात ये सरवर हमें सहाबा ने सिखाई बात ये सरवर हमें सहाबा ने के जानता है खुदाया हुजूर जानते हैं हुदूद ताहिरे सिदरा हुजूर जानते
Subhanallah, Jazakallah. The name of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, is like honey to the ears.
Of course.
It's
A
honey to the
very
ears.
soul-stirring kalam, very beautiful Naat. Muzammil, which one is your favorite?
Oh well, quite a few. When you talk about Pak Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is no kalam that you can say that tops the other. Every single one of them.
Of course.
And may I, with a few sentences, the most beautiful sentence that touched my heart, and it does to date, is Zami maili nahi hoti, Zaman mela nahi hota, Muhammad ke gulamo ka kafan mela nahi hota.
Absolutely, very beautiful.
That touches one's heart. And with this, welcome back from the break. This beautiful voice and this beautiful kalam was being recited and presented by Qari Inamul Haq Sahab, who was here reciting this beautiful kalam. And the guest that we promised you to bring you here in-house with us is here with a few treats that they have prepared. Now, when you talk about the beauty of love and friendship, what is the first country that comes to your mind?
Indonesia, of course.
Indonesia, of course, the largest Muslim population, and representing Indonesia, we have the man of the hour himself with his beautiful family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them blessed and happy and in good health always. They have graced our studios with their lovely cuisine that they brought those cuisine here with us. We have Mr. Rahmat, who is here with us. Mr. Rahmat Hindiarta, Chargé Affairs, with his beautiful family here in the studios with us. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you doing?
Assalamu rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, we are good.
How is your roza going, sir?
Alhamdulillah, so far going well.
You have a beautiful family with you, and may I introduce a family that joins us here in our studios today. This beautiful family is Miss Mawiya, Miss Nimah, Miss Nahrisyah, and Mr. Hakkam, who seems to be fallen asleep. The beautiful melodious voice of Qari Inamul Haq Sahab. And we'll indulge in some good discussion, and then we'll go to the kitchen corner, which has beautiful cuisine set up over here, straight from Indonesia, these dishes to tantalize our iftar buds. And before we go there, sir, talking about the Indonesian culture and the spirit of friendship that Pakistan and Indonesia enjoy, back home in Indonesia, what is a typical Roza Ramadan day look like?
Ramadan in Indonesia is, the people like Ramadan very much there, and the economic during Ramadan also moving forward,
Right.
because of the rise of consumption and the activities also going up there, and during Ramadan that's moment of strengthening our unity in Indonesia, and strengthening our spirit of forgiveness, of being together with family, with friends, for a better Indonesia, I think.
Okay, and ma'am, coming to you, can you share some of the most popular dishes? Since we have been talking about food, and I always talk about food in Ramadan, and every time I'm fasting, I'm looking for the time when iftar comes closer, and I go and sit and have yummy cuisines and yummy delicious foods. So can you share some common Indonesian dishes which you people back in Indonesia make for iftar, and they're linked with the traditional Indonesian iftar?
Yeah, so in Indonesia, we have specific special food that we usually have during Ramadan.
Okay.
We call it kolak pisang. It's kind of a drink, but also has something to eat inside. It's made from coconut milk and palm sugar. But here we can use gur here, and coconut milk are also available here.
Yes.
And we boil together with banana or sweet potato, or both of them.
Wonderful.
Such a contrast in the way that food is
Banana,
dealt with.
yes.
There's banana, there's coconut milk.
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, how do you like, is kolak pisang your favorite drink, or have you taken a taste of the lassi that we have here?
This is actually a result of the very innovative action by our ancestors last years back, last centuries back. They are very innovative. Dates in Indonesia are hard to to be found there in Indonesia. That's why our people make something, a dish or drinks substitute for dates.
Okay.
So they make a drink or dishes in sweet taste, like kolak, and maybe some other dish also there, some sweet cakes.
So talking about Ramadan in Pakistan, what is the favorite Pakistani food of yours? What Pakistani dish do you enjoy here in Ramadan?
So we enjoy all Pakistani foods here.
Do you like pakoras?
Well, yeah, we
They
like
have been a
pakora,
hot
and
topic here
now
at
we
PTV, though, pakoras.
are bringing
All of
also
us,
Indonesian
we love
pakora.
pakoras.
We also bring our version of pakora, Indonesian version
Oh,
of
wonderful.
pakora.
We're going to try
What is
that.
it called, the Indonesian version of pakora?
We call it bakwan. It's made from
Bakwan.
bakwan, made from shred vegetable, cabbage,
Okay.
carrot. Sometimes we put corn or bean sprout, and then we fry it all together.
Wonderful.
The
Sounds
difference is-
very
that
yummy
sounds
and
pretty
very
tasty.
healthy.
Yeah,
You must try it.
healthy. The difference is it's not spicy.
Okay.
It's not spicy. So you put the chili aside. If you like spice, then you just bite the chili. But if you don't like it, then just
Okay.
put it
Coming to these pretty young girls. Hello, how are you doing? You're doing good. And are you fasting today? Yes. Oh, mashallah. And what do you like for iftar? What's the favorite dish?
Dish? Really just anything sweet,
Anything sweet. You love sweets. Do you love chocolates? Donuts?
of course.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Right, a creative question, because there are good people, there are good kids and there are bad kids.
Yes, for sure.
I used to be the naughty one of my lot in my house. Yeah,
As expected, Muzammil.
and when you wake up in the morning for Fajr prayer, and then there's Zohar, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. 2 times that I used to go and pray, as a kid, I used to find it difficult. One, the Isha prayer, because I used to be very sleepy, tired all throughout the day, playing football, cricket, going here and there. And the next would be Fajr.
Fajr.
It would be hard for me. Do you find your little young miss sitting with your sister, do you find it difficult to pray Fajr or Isha? Fajr?
Fajr.
Same team. We're on the same page. But now it's easy for me, since I want to go to heaven and not those I want to avoid Jahan, All right. So when I asked her, she told me that it's Fajr prayer.
It's Fajr, the
that
one she finds the most difficult.
Let's go to the elder one.
Yes.
Which one do you find difficult?
Fajr.
Fajr.
Fajr, both of them Fajr. So you guys don't wake up early. I'm getting a gist of your routine here. So coming back to you, Excellency. You're here with your family, mashallah, beautiful family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep them blessed and very happy. And also
Thank you.
you.
My pleasure.
What is the experience of traveling back and forth like, and being in the role that you're in? How do you handle your day and your daily routine, being an ambassador with Ramadan and keeping a fast as well?
Yeah, for me, my family is a priority, of course.
Mashallah, mashallah.
And besides that, we have to be, very selective also in the making deal with any parties here, because I don't want to make myself very busy.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, of course, we have to maintain the balance between the official works and also the family engagement.
Right.
And but we really enjoy living here in Islamabad. We can breathe in green atmosphere, green weather. Now we enjoy the weather, no cold, no hot, mild, like in Indonesia.
Right, right.
So
a variation in the weathers.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this brings me to my next question. As on the break we were discussing Silat. I'm very interested in martial arts, and you were telling a few details about Silat. For our viewers, Silat is a martial art, a way of fighting and a way of conducting your body in a way where you need to defend yourself. You can defend yourself if you are involved in a situation. But our deen, Islam, tells us that we should also do that in a humane manner. There should always be respect, no matter what you're dealing with. The respect is the fundamental element of life. And Silat is a martial art that originates out of Indonesia. And I was talking to Excellency about Silat, their martial art, and he was providing some details. So back to you, sir. The Silat organization is also working in Pakistan. Are you indulging with them also here?
Sure. Last year we have Indonesian Day in Centaurus Mall, and we invite them to perform in this Indonesian Day, not only by Indonesian students living here in Islamabad, but also those coming from Lahore. The people, Pakistani friends, came along the way from Lahore to Islamabad just to perform in our Indonesian Day.
Right.
In the observance of Independence Day of Indonesia last year, and it was wonderful, amazing. Pencak silat is well accepted by Pakistani public.
Yes.
And that's why we share actually good culture, good customs, and because we are the largest Muslim countries in the world. Now Pakistan and Indonesia, the two largest Muslim countries in the world.
The two largest Muslim countries in the world. And the basis of everything is your spirit, and our spirit is tied with Islam. So about the sporting culture of Indonesia, there is a lot that goes on there. What are some of the most popular sports in Indonesia?
This pencak silat.
Pencak silat?
Pencak silat, yes, very popular in Indonesia. Soccer.
Right.
Soccer.
Soccer is popular globally.
Yeah, in Indonesia, a lot of people love soccer right now.
Right.
And bulu tangkis. What is the bulu tangkis in badminton?
Badminton.
Badminton.
What was that word you used for badminton?
Bulu tangkis.
Bulu tangkis.
Bulu tangkis.
Bulu means feather.
Feather.
Tangkis means
racket. Let me tell you, I have to tell you the Pakistani version of this. Now, bulu tangkis, His Excellency mentioned, is the Indonesian name for badminton. And like they pronounce the shuttle that you use separately, and the racket you use, they pronounce it separately. So the Pakistani version is chidi chakka.
That's for badminton.
Excellency said bulu tangkis. Now bulu is the shuttle that you use. Talking about shuttle, we know that it travels a lot. So ma'am, since sir is a very busy man in a very important position, how do you find your life traveling around the globe? And then I will come back to the sweet little babies over here.
That is the challenge that we have,
Right.
The globally nomad citizen. So I learned about psychology, and now since we have this kind of life, nomad's life, I learned about third culture kids, the kids that under 18 that live outside their country, their home country, for more than 2 years. So they have three culture. They have their home country, and then they have their host country culture, and then they combine both from home and host country.
An interesting view.
It is one of science, modern science now that we learn about kids developmental.
Okay, ma'am, I would like to ask you that as a woman, as a female, we females are very much attracted to colors and clothes and the cultural things. What do you, and did you find a chance to explore the Pakistani culture,
Yes.
you and sir?
Pakistani
And what,
fashion industry.
what was the most, the thing, inspiring thing from the Pakistani culture to you and sir?
You go first or me?
No, you first.
So the first thing when we heard that we're gonna assign at Pakistan, the first thing I find out was how Pakistani women dress.
Okay.
And I found it amazing because they love color, I love all the details, the embroidery, the beads and everything.
wonderful.
I
That's so
put all
sweet.
the details so much, I love it.
All right, and Excellency, the dress that you're wearing,
Yes.
it's a beautiful dress. Is this the Indonesian native culture? Is this, or is this a mix of other cultures as well?
No, this is Indonesian traditional clothes, and
Right.
this skirt was hand woven.
Wow,
Okay.
mashallah, it
Handwoven.
looks very pretty. It looks
It
very good,
is.
mashallah.
And it took months to make this
It's all
fabric.
made by hand?
Yes,
Yes.
for this part.
All right, when you talk about hand-woven products and things that are made out of hand, and especially in the fashion industry, there's special areas in towns and places. So is this from a special area in Indonesia?
Yes, it
What-
came from Sulawesi.
No, from East Nusa Tenggara.
It's Nusa Tenggara.
It's
He's
Nusa
the one who
Tenggara.
bought it.
Islands after Bali. Islands after Bali. Yes.
Well, for my shopping and the clothes that I wear, my wife does the shopping for me. I'm really hardly at home.
We shop together.
Yeah.
No, because both of us,
That's so sweet.
because both of us, we love traditional fabric.
Okay.
So everywhere we went,
Right.
he traveled more than me.
Have
so.
you tried any of the Pakistani traditional fabrics?
This morning I wear salwar kameez and dupatta.
Oh, that's
Right.
beautiful, wonderful.
Sir, how do you like the Pakistani shalwar kameez?
Yeah, I have a collection of several kameez.
Wow.
Yeah, now we are planning to have black colors during Eid,
Okay.
all in Pakistani outfits.
Mashallah.
Yeah, now we are ongoing process. After this, we will go to the mall
Uh-huh.
to begin shopping.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
for Siwar kameez
For
and
Shalwar.
for other Pakistani outfits, for all of us.
And what about these pretty ladies? What are you guys planning to wear on Eid al-Fitr? What are the preparations?
As my dad said, we're all going to be wearing black.
All of you will be wearing
yeah, we're all
black.
gonna be
Black
wearing
is the
Black
color
is
of
the
the
color?
hour.
Okay.
It's,
And do you like the Pakistani clothes? Have you ever tried wearing shalwar kameez?
Shalwar kameez I don't have at home,
Okay.
but I think they're really pretty. You know, they're colorful, and then like sometimes they have the gold or silver embroidery on them. Yeah, that's really pretty.
Wonderful. You're wearing a very nice dress,
Thank
a very
you.
pretty one, mashallah. And what have you ever tried shalwar kameez wearing a dupatta or something like that?
Yes.
And did you like it?
Yes.
And what's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink.
All right, pink is her favorite color, and the elder one says that I will wear black. And,
But all of the family will wear black.
All of the family will wear black. Coming back to both of you, mashallah, both of you look very nice, very
Mashallah,
pretty.
mashallah.
I see that waistband that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's that called, and why do we wear it? Is it an Indonesian special?
I will, I will explain. So it's our traditional fabric.
All right, all right.
It's called batik.
Batik?
Batik, yeah. We use wax.
Oh.
We use wax for the white pattern.
All right.
And
So the
then-
pattern on it is made out of wax.
Yeah, so it's white clothes and then we put wax for the pattern.
Okay.
And then the wax will block the color. And after we put dye color, and then we boil the fabric to make
Right.
to remove the wax.
Right.
So
That's
the
a
pattern
very
is there,
interesting-
printed on the
Yes.
cloth.
It's
Oh,
a
wonderful.
very interesting way to
Very interesting,
manufacture,
very
you know.
interesting
All right,
way.
so now as we are talking about Ramadan and fast and seher and iftar times, let's go and explore some of the beautiful dishes that His Excellency and the family has brought. And these foods are native to Indonesia, the great brother country of Pakistan, and these foods absolutely look amazing. We will now take you to the corner where they are being set up and prepared. Now, when we talk about food, would you, yeah. The beautiful baby over here, the cutie, his name Hakkam. He has fallen asleep. And for Hakkam, when you would be watching this show, I would request Excellency to make you see the show. I love you, and when you come next time, we'll have a nice chat. And ma'am, would you please? So I see a lot of color over here.
Yeah. I'm excited to see such exquisite dishes.
Such exquisite dishes. And assalamu alaikum, ma'am, to you. Hope you're doing good.
Our chef, who's going to explain what each dish is. She's going to, I think, hold these dishes while Her Excellency explains what each dish is.
So this is what I told you before.
Ma'am, would you make way for ma'am to come here? Behind the counter, please. Can you come here as well?
It's an honor to have you.
Thank you.
It is absolutely amazing to have you here with these sights and smells from Indonesia.
So this is one, the one that I told you before, the kolak pisang. It's made from banana and sweet potato, and then boiled together in coconut milk and palm sugar.
Banana and sweet potato. Now, talking about nutrition, could you go over banana and sweet potato, Isha? What value can one get from this?
Bananas have a lot of potassium, and we need a lot of energy after fasting. So I think this is a great substitute for dates. And sweet potatoes also have a lot of fiber, which is great. And I love that you've concocted this into like a drink, which is, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So this is not hot, it's cold, it's drunk cold, right?
Room temperature.
Yeah, it's your preference. It can be warm or cold. And then next we have this meatball. Meatball in soup. So we serve it with noodle and tofu.
Right. I would like to show this to the camera in a very safe manner though, because if it slips out, it's going to be a funny blooper all the way viral from Pakistan and Ramzan Pakistan transmission. I don't want it to be that. So we've got tofu, we've got meatballs, and we've got noodles here. And it's called?
Bakso.
It's called bakso.
Yes.
It's called bakso.
You pronounce it perfectly.
This is a beautiful dish that is very colorful also.
It
looks spicy.
Well.
Is it spicy?
No, actually it's not spicy. So we put the chili aside. If you like it, you can put the chili. But if you don't like it, like my kids, they don't want spice.
They don't want spice?
No.
All right, which one likes spice? Because there are three.
No one.
No. Excellency, do you like spicy food?
Yes.
A lot. I like it a lot. Yes.
Same. We now with the Fajr prayer, finding it hard to pray Fajr, I'm on the same page as you, the little one. And with the spicy food, Excellency, it's you and I.
It's Pakistani cuisine is already very spicy. It has a lot of spices.
It has a lot of spice, man. Biryani, heartbeat. Heartbeat, yeah, biryani. All right, so the next dish, what do we have here?
This is the Indonesian version of pakora.
This is what we were talking about.
Yes. So vegetables, shredded carrot, and then cabbage and onions, and sometimes we put corn as you like, and we fry it all together.
All right, so it's you put a bunch of things together.
Yes.
What's the batter that you use in here? Like
it's just flour and water and some sparks.
Corn flour and flour?
A little bit.
All right, so Isha, my question. This looks very healthy.
Yes. More healthier than the pakoras we have.
Nutrition-wise, well, with the rosa, everything looks healthy, but this specifically, so a little bit about the nutritional value of the food that we have in front of us.
I feel like it has a lot of vegetables incorporated within it, so it packs a lot of fiber, and I feel like it smells very different from our pakoras. So I think it's good to have something tasty as well. You know, you need to treat yourself after a long day of fasting. So I think this is the perfect dish to please your family and your friends.
All right, so this beautiful dish, and what was it called again?
Bakwan.
Bakwan.
Yes.
As I conduct this show right now today, not only am I learning about absolutely healthy recipes all the way from Indonesia, I'm also thinking about a few things, that how easy it is to eat healthy and eat nice. Yeah. These are very simple recipes. All right, so now coming to...
I think this is the dessert.
It can be dessert, but you can also, in Ramadan, we also eat sweet before the...
Oh, we have a very big sweet tooth over here. My co-anchor, Natalia, Baqir, cannot live without sweets.
But it's not that sweet because it mixes sweet and savory. If you see, there's a two color, green and white. So the green one is made from rice flour. It's sweet, but the white one in the middle, it's made from the cornstarch and it's savory because it had we put coconut milk inside too.
Well, the whole
it's a
cuisine
mix
sounds very
and
healthy.
savory.
Yeah,
I love
sweet
that.
and
It's a
savory.
perfect combination to break your fast.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds so good.
All right, so when we talk about sweet dishes, ma'am, since you are the chef here, the sweet dish, what is the most popular sweet dish in Indonesia?
Well, Indonesia doesn't like sweet things.
Oh,
Yes.
Not too much.
Not too
not
much?
too much.
Not like
Have you eaten Pakistani laddu?
Have you tasted jalebi?
Yes, jalebi, gulab jamun.
little bite.
Oh my God.
All right, so wherever this clip goes, we share, not only do we share our culture, not only do we share a religion, we also share our hearts. Laddu, jalebi, gulab jamun, coming straight from an Indonesian, the praise for all of these sweet dishes over here. How did you find the samosa?
Spicy for me.
Oh my God. Less spicy, less sweet.
Yeah, I think
Natalia,
I
would you
know.
ask His Excellency, how did he like
Sir, how did you like the samosa and pakoras?
I like all. As
Oh,
I
you
said to
like
you,
all?
I like
You
all
like-
because I have high level adjustment. It's okay for me.
Wonderful. And do you like the sweet things, the sweet items from Pakistan?
Yeah, sweet, Pakistani sweet,
Yeah.
accompanied by your what is that? Tea, mixed
Tea,
tea,
chai.
chai.
Yes, sir.
Without sugar. Without sugar.
But see,
But
it's a
chai
very
without
nice
sugar is
combination.
nice,
He has
yeah.
made a sweet with a cup of tea.
You've gotten onto our taste like that.
Yes.
It's like chai with the, you know. So the little ones over there, what do you like more? Do you like the jalebis, laddus, or do you like the pakoras and samosas? What do you like more?
Samosa.
Samosa.
Samosa, as long as it's not spicy.
As long as it's not spicy. You looked at the little one like she eats all the samosas whenever. Do you like samosas more than the elder sister?
I think we have, like,
Nah, you like samosa more.
yeah.
You like pakora?
You like
Pakistani
pakora, right?
no?
Pakistani pakora, yeah.
You like
I'm,
pakora, please.
coming back to the seats now again.
Yeah, but still.
All right, so for our viewers, the food that we have here and the food that we have found common between Indonesia and Pakistan is really everything. Everything that we love, they love. Everything they love, we love.
We love.
Why not? Because Indonesia and Pakistan are brother nations sharing culture and history. So now I would like to go back to Excellency about a few questions about
Yes.
Indonesian history and Islam being an absolute force in Indonesia. How do we see Islam playing the part in progress of Indonesia?
Okay, so Islam is the important part of Indonesian life.
Yes.
As a nation, and Islam has contributed a lot in our efforts to reach the independence,
Right.
and also to unite the
MashaAllah.
17,000 islands
Yes.
that form Indonesia.
MashaAllah.
And Islam in Indonesia plays a pivotal role, not only in the nation level, but also the people level.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we talk about education, Islam does play a very important
Very vital role,
in
yes.
the way that education is imparted to people. We see a lot of madrasas and educational institutions here. The Islamic culture in Indonesia, is it the same, talking about education and imparting education?
Yeah, same.
Right.
I would say it's same. Islam in Indonesia was spread across the country through tasawwuf, Sufism. And we see also your tasawwuf or Sufism in Pakistan is very strong. That's why last October we brought one Sufi leader from Pakistan to Indonesia, just to show the deep root of Sufism in Pakistan. And Alhamdulillah, our ulama, love the tasawwuf tradition in Pakistan a lot. And then, if we visit to madrasa here in Pakistan, you also have a similar curriculum,
Yes.
like Nizam-e Madrasa.
Okay.
Yes.
When we compare the madrasas in Indonesia and Pakistan, they share similarities in the references.
Right, right.
Yeah. So actually, we have very, very close cultural relations.
Wonderful.
And
well,
we are proud of that.
Of course, and Islam is the one reason, it's one basic thing that makes us so closer, and the
unites us in our spirit.
It just brings us so closer. All the Muslims, every person who is fasting, and then the essence of Ramadan is community gathering. And I love this thing about Ramadan, that it brings you closer. It brings you gives you an impact of a society, of a community.
Talking about the community part, mosques are a central place.
Mosques are a central place, yes. And we gather there.
We gather there,
the whole Ramadan, the Taraweeh prayers, and then the ibadat of the Laylatul Qadr. And it's amazing. This is a sense of Ramadan. It brings you so closer as a Muslim ummah, as a whole community.
So what are some of the biggest mosques over there, some of the most historical mosques?
We have Istiqlal Mosque in Jakarta. The largest, the biggest mosque in South Asia region.
Wow.
Located in Indonesia. And it is located close to the Christian cathedral.
Okay.
And the government recently opened the tunnel, connected, this tunnel connects the mosque of Istiqlal and the church of cathedral, as a symbol of religious interfaith.
Well, Islam is a religion of peace, and it gives the message harmony. Of peace, it gives the message of compassion, care and love. And as Ramzan is there and all of us are fasting, we should always and never forget that humanity is the basic essence, and when with humanity, practicing peace and practicing love and sharing compassion and care is the key this Ramazan. You should always remember this.
All right, so Excellency, we are inviting our brotherly nations and all of their representatives and ambassadors here on our Ramzan transmission this year. That's our goal, that's our target. You've been the first one to grace us with your presence. And what an absolute pleasure meeting you all, the family that is accompanying His Excellency. The love that is experienced here in our studios, I hope the screen was able to communicate it, because from all the laughter that happened in the kitchen corner, to the fashion that we discussed here, to the foods and the Eidis and the namaz and the way kids relate in this culture, and the way ma'am experienced the travel and how she can manage a family being a woman in this tiring routine, and how sir manages his routine in the way that he does. How do you feel? What are your emotions? What are your thoughts about being invited here and then gracing this place with your presence?
Of course, this is like, great honor for us to share our best experience living in Islamabad and traveling to some cities in Pakistan. And also we would like to share our positive vibe from Indonesia to our brothers and sisters in Pakistan. So we would like to let you know that look east. Look east is very important now. Right. The potentials are now in Indonesia and other ASEAN countries.
Right.
And the opportunities for young generation also, I think, lot can be found from the east.
From the east.
Yeah.
So that is your message coming here about the love that you've experienced and about the brotherhood that you've experienced. How do you see PTV World playing its part in creating this link?
Yeah, well, I think PTV is, as a state-owned TV channel, play pivotal role in make or bringing Pakistan better and better. And we are sure that you can play this role very well. Yeah.
Right, and we are doing our best to do it. Thank you for gracing the studio with your presence. It was an absolute pleasure having you here in our studios. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you and seeing your cooking and the beautiful dishes that were here. What out of those three dishes did tantalize your taste buds the most? Which one would you go for?
The dessert, the green one.
The green one, the dessert? Do you know what was it called?
No, I have forgotten what it is called, but it looks so yummy that I have my eyes on it.
All right, let's ask Miss Chef over there. What's the dessert called? What was the name again?
It is called Nona Manis.
Nona Manis.
Yes.
Nona
So
manis.
Nona manis is
Yes.
liked by Natalia Baqir.
Yes,
And Natalia, if
because
I
it's
happen
sweet.
to- because it's sweet. You know?
It's sweet like you.
So,
So Nona
now
Manis means
if,
sweet lady. Nona Manis means sweet lady.
Nona manis means sweet?
Oh my
Sweet
God,
lady.
Muzammil.
Nona Miss.
lady.
Nona
That's
is
such a
Miss.
cute name.
Miss.
Sweet. Manis is sweet.
Manis is sweet, Nona is miss.
Yes.
Sweet lady. There you
lady.
go. It suits you. The dish matches you so much. Thank you very much. Amazing.
That's quite something. Now, Nona manis, first time in my life I'm experiencing a food being named after the characteristic of a lady.
Yeah.
That is the sweet lady.
Sweet lady.
Right. All right. So, talking about Nona manis, the sweet lady, we are now thinking about making a plan to go visit Indonesia.
Please.
Right? And what place in Indonesia would you like for us to visit first?
It depends on you. What your interest?
Adventurous, physical, outdoorsy,
You can find
Mountain
it all.
or sea.
mountain.
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah.
have mountain.
We have mountain, we have beach, we have heritage, we have anything there. Culinary. Yeah,
All right.
you name it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we will be moving on to the CD in.
It was great having you here, sir, on
Most
this
welcome.
show with us in our transmission. Thank you for gracing
welcome.
the studio with your presence. And with this, now we are going to move towards the
recipe.
Why don't you go ahead and narrate the recipe if you wish?
Well, why not? Why not? Let the recipe come first. Do you have to go to the kitchen corner? Should I go and join them?
You can join them in the kitchen corner.
Go.
Thank you, Natalia, for joining us. I think it will appear on the screen soon. Here it is.
All right, so about the recipe, we are going to talk about a vegetable roll recipe. It's oil and 0.5 ml. We've got chopped garlic, that is also 5 grams. We are talking about capsicum up next, which is 20 grams. Carrots, 20 grams. Cabbage, 20 grams. Onion, 20 grams. And we've got soya sauce, 10 milliliters. And with that, salt and pepper, that is around 0.3 grams. This is the recipe that we are cooking here today for the vegetable rolls in PTV studios, along with what we have on our screens.
Now is the chicken samosa recipe. This is oil, 20 milliliter, chopped garlic, 0.5 grams, chopped onion, 10 grams, I guess.
10 grams,
and
yes.
chopped chicken, 40 grams, salt and peppers, 0.5 grams. And then we have crushed chili, 0.5 grams, and onion powder, 0.5 grams, and green masala, 0.5 grams. There's a
Now this
really,
is
really
this is for the
delicious one.
chicken samosa. It is a delicious one, and as it was said earlier, our guests here, they do not indulge in very spicy food, except for Sir Rahmat, His Excellency,
Yes.
who is here. And these are some spicy samosa recipes being loved by their daughters as well.
Wonderful.
The little one
The
had
samosa is a hit product.
Samosa
After all,
is a
we have
hit
to accept
product.
that Pakistani cuisine and specifically samosa is
Yes.
a very, very hit dish.
It
It's
is a
loved
very,
by
very
everyone.
hit and delicious product. Now, how about I take you to the kitchen corner where this recipe that was being presented is being readied up right now. So, Isha, why don't you take it away describing what
Yes.
has taken place
Chef
here?
Yasin has just plated up these crispy samosas
Oh
and
my
these
God.
crispy rolls. They smell so divine, and I hope the audience can hear
Very
how
crispy,
crispy
very
it is.
crunchy.
It sounds so tempting, and what I love about this is that it's packed with veggies, and the samosas are packed with protein, and we all know the importance of protein during fasting. And I think lastly, what we can do is, rather than frying these up, we can actually air fry them. And what I observed while air frying these is that when you just put these in the air fryer, even if you spray some oil on it, they still become very stale. They still taste not that great. So what you can do is, this is my personal trick, I hope chef approves, that you can dip your samosa in some egg batter and then you can coat it with some breadcrumbs. And that allows it to puff up and become very crispy without using too much oil.
All right. So this was the recipe for the samosa and the roll that was was being readied up and the recipes that we produced here. And with this, now we are going to go towards the question of the day regarding the Ramadan quiz. Now the question of the day we are going to bring you is...
this one is the last last asked question, the yesterday one.
All right, so this is the question with its answer on the screens. This was asked yesterday. What is the significance of the last 10 nights of Ramadan? And the correct answer is they hold the night of decree. And we also have a winner for this quiz, that is Bilal Salim from Rawalpindi. Now Bilal, thank you for watching Ramzan Pakistan and tuning in to this show also. You answered the question and you have been chosen for the prize that will be given to you. It will be delivered straight to your doorstep. Our teams will contact you and ask you for your address and also provide you with the gift.
And now we have on our screens is the question for today. Which night is believed to be the night of decree, Laylatul Qadr? 10th night of Ramzan, option 1. Option 2, 13th night of Ramazan. Option 3, 27th night of Ramazan. Or option D, 29th night of Ramazan. For all the ones who are joining us freshly, I'll repeat the question. Which night is believed to be the night of Laylatul Qadr?
Yes, well, this is about Laylatul Qadr. The question was on your screens. We are expecting your answers. Be sure to provide us with your answers on our email address, which is ramzanpakistan@ptv.com.pk. Now, tomorrow we will join you here, same time and same channel. Before we log out of this session and head straight for the Iftar in a very tasty manner, here we have in our studios with us Qari Inamul Haq Sahib, who will recite a beautiful Naat as he did earlier on also, and then we will be logging off. So Qari Inamul Haq Sahib, why don't you take it away? Bismillah.
Sikh mitra divaderi kyo dilni udaas ghaneri lo lo vich shauq changeri ach naina la ya kyo janiya aje Sikh mitra divaderi kyo dilni udaas ghaneri mukh chad bade शाशानी ये मत्थे चमकदी लाट नुरानी ये काली जुल्फ ते अख मस्तानी ये मखमूरी अखी इन मध भरिया अजे सिख मित्रा दिवदेरी क्यों दिलनी उदास घनेरी सुबहान अल्लाह मा अजमल का मा सना का मौके मलकाई सुबहान अल्लाह मा अजमल का मा सना का मौके मलकाई किथे मेरे अली किथे तेरी सना किथे मेरे अली किथे तेरी सना गुस्ताख अखियां किथे जा ਮਿੱਤਰਾ ਦੀ ਵਧੇਰੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਦਿਲਣੀ ਉਦਾਸ ਗਨੇਰੀ ਲੋ ਲੋ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਚੰਗੇਰੀ ਅਚ ਨੈਣਾ ਲਾਇਆ ਕਿਉਂ ਜਣੀਆਂ ਅਜੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਧੇਰੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਦਿਲਣੀ ਉਦਾਸ ਗਨੇਰੀ
Towards the end of today's episode. It was the 6th Roza, and we will bring you the transmission same time, same day, same channel. With this, it is Allah Hafiz and Ramzan, Pakistan.